Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. So 3, 2, 1, beam me up my juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights, you're delicious and bright. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world. And that life is also treating you most wonderfully. So much love to you all, my delicious babies. Now then, the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, well, it's not raining, very little wind, and it's dry. Okay, my delicious babies, but there's still no sunshine. When, of course, they keep, putting it out that other countries are super duper hot. Do you see what I mean? In fact, that it's that roasting that it's, well, I do not like this word, but we have to use it sometimes. That it's, it's so super duper hot, everybody, that it's killing. Do you see what I mean? But, of course, as we very well know, of course, anybody, God bless all of our dear souls. It's not meaning this disrespectful or rude or anything, but our common sense would tell us that if somebody is cold, well, they're more likely to pass away from that than they ever are with the heat. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? Anyway, that's that. So, well, I hope you enjoy the video. It's just a quick one today, my delicious babies, because I've got a few things that I must get done, okay? So please enjoy the video, okay? Now then, let me just go on to the first one. So, the first one, it's in YouTube, my delicious little babies. Now, I want to, just bring this up, okay? In YouTube, and if you could just please tap into the old space bar, please and thank you, my delicious babies. Danny, Danny with a Y, okay? Kruger, Kruger, okay? This uploader, not in that way, has 694 subscribers. Okay, my delicious babies, 694 subscribers, Danny Kruger. Now, the video that you're looking for, my delicious babies, should read Danny Kruger MP, questions to the FCA on Coutts Bank and Nigel Farage, 19th of July 2023. So I'll just repeat that just once more. Danny Kruger MP, questions to the FCA on Coutts Bank and Nigel Farage, 19th of July 2023. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about this, my delicious baby. So, if those of you, wish to go and have a quick look at this, okay, please and thank you, my delicious baby. So I'm sort of going to give you my opinion on this, okay? I'm a woman with a view, and I will surely have my view. And my thoughts, well, I think it's just over 8 minutes long. What's a crock of shart? You may as well just say that they wasted 8 minutes. So whatever question your man there, whatever question your man there was asking your other man there, well, it seemed very much to me, my delicious babies, and if you watched it yourselves, I mean, you could draw your own conclusions here. Do you see what I mean? But to me, it was just a waste of flipping effing time. Okay, my delicious babies, it's like, cannot, talk about, individual, so to speak, cases. And of course, your man there, he brought up about Nigel Farage, and he also brought up about the vicar who was in the UK, who was using the Yorkshire Bank. And your man there was just simply not getting any answers at all. Do you see what I mean? So this is why I'm saying, and I'm going to be honest, and then I've just heard Nigel Farage. I've heard him 3 times this morning on different videos, yes? And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, we have to be honest here. I mean, he's not just standing up for himself, my delicious little babies, okay? But he's standing up for others as well, who, of course, which is what I've been saying, I've known this a long time, they do not have a voice. And then just on the last one, he was talking to, what's her name? What's her flipping name now? She's got glasses, dark hair. Juliet, I think her name is. And he was talking to Juliet anyway. And, you know, he was saying if we're not careful, we're going to be going into a Chinese credit system, which is what I've been saying. And others have been saying, there we are, my delicious little babies, do you say? But others out there, and it's just so sad. Do you know what I mean? They're just not paying attention to this. Do you see? So what he's trying to do, Nigel, you know, making plans for Nigel. Do you see what I mean? He's trying to help not only himself, but there we are, but others out there. Because this is very serious. And of course what the banks are doing. But the banks cannot, you know, sort of, well, not sort of, have, say that he cannot bank with them because of politics. I mean, do you see? And he's absolutely right. You know, each and every one of us should be able to have a bank account. Do you know what I mean? And he's absolutely bang on correct so that we can function in, there we go, society. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Because as we very well know, like you have, you know, you can have direct debit, so you're Murby, you know, your mobile dog and Vern, you know, if you're paying on a, whatever you call it, a monthly. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So for many, they would be paying for other, you know, just like when I pay my phone bill, you know, and my broadband, you know, rather than have, what's it called, a direct debit, rather than have that, I prefer to call them and just pay it over the dog and burn. Whereas if we go back years ago, you used to be able to get a slip, okay? And then you could go and pay it at, you know, like at the post office or somewhere like that. Do you see what I mean? To be honest, I preferred there we are to do that. But of course, once that they moved it all over, do you see what I mean? So you have to call. So therefore, you do need a bank account, my delicious babies. It's common sense, isn't it? But at the same time, we need to keep the cash flowing. But of course, you know, Nigel Farage, well, I mean, it's words to effect, isn't it? I mean, what's taking place is very sinister, isn't it? Do you see? And that's what I said. Time, okay? I did a video last night. I like that video, actually. Well, time, it's like they're trying to force us where we got no time. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? There we go, that is what they're doing. And of course, you know, I've said it before so many times, you know, and I'm going to repeat it again. You know, nobody's going to like it if they can only have 3 items of clothing a year or 3 sets of clothes a year, okay? They're not going to like it if they cannot eat their meat or they cannot get what they want. They're not going to like it. Do you see what I mean? And I was done saying this for how long? You know, but I've got to be honest, I stand with Nigel Farage on this. And of course, then they're also talking about the, you know, where it's like they want to take away free speech, which of course we've been talking about this and on other platforms, God bless them. Not in that way, not in that way. But we've been done saying all these things. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes? I just feel, I'm not being nasty now, my delicious babies, I'm really not, you know. But to me, I just feel that others, God bless them, not everybody, but others, there we are, need to start to flipping wake up and smell the coffee for what it is, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? You know, this is very serious indeed. And of course, you know, when Nigel was talking about the, you know, like window cleaners, you know, when I'm cleaning windows, you know, and all that. Well, you see, for the average, it's like when you pay for your gardening to be done or something like that. Well, usually they want the old ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. They do not want the cards or for it to go into the bank, you know. They like to work with cash. And they have, there we are, for flipping decades. Do you see? But, you know, it's really serious, and I just feel that nobody's... But, of course, to me, I do feel a shift. There we are, taking place, my delicious babies. I'll tell you the reason why. Is because, you see, they've seen it now done to Nigel Farage, yes, as well as, God bless them, like I said, you know, all of the poor little babies, you know, who had theirs removed, who do not have a platform or a voice to talk, do you see? But now I am seeing some sort of a shift, because you see, when it affects Nigel Farage, yes, well, they're looking at themselves, aren't they? The old putrid flipping effing governments in our UK. Do you see what I mean? Yes? That like they could just be shut down just like that. My delicious little babies, do you say? Anyway, so that's what I have to say there, my delicious little babies. Yes, I mean, I've got to be honest, I've got an itch. I do stand alongside Nigel Farage on this, yes? Because they're absolutely right. It could happen to a lot more. Do you see? Which is why, you know, we've got to sort this out. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes? So that, you know, others, you know, do not have that power, because that's taking away everybody's freedoms. Do you see? Just like, you know, wanting to get rid of cash. Do you know what I mean? You know, what a fool believes. What a fool believes. Do you see what I mean? So these obviously believe, yes, a putrid flipping, lackey flipping government, yes? They obviously think we're all flipping foolish out here. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? I mean, please do not get me wrong. I'm not being nasty. I'm not being disrespectful. But for some, well, they're just walking around with their ears closed and their eyes closed, and they're simply just not, God bless them, because that's what we have to say, paying attention, there we are, to what is going on. Do you see? And of course, I think, what did Nigel Farage, I don't know if anything's changed now, of course, so please do not quote me, but I mean, you know, they didn't really want to address it on the putrid box in the corner of the room, the flipping effing BBC. Do you know what I mean? So, do you see what I'm saying to you, my little babies, yes? But they should. You know, you know, say for example, if they wanted, if somebody says the wrong thing, you know, on platforms or something like this, or social media, oh yes, well, get rid of their bank accounts. Well, that's simply just not effing fair. Do you know what I mean, my little babies? And that is how I feel about it. I try my best, there we go, I try my best to use cash, there we are, as often as possible. It's like when I come, say somebody, comes to me for healing, yes? Well, usually they'll say to me, you know, do you want to, Rubes, there's somebody delivering leaflets. Sorry about this, my delicious baby, because my front door's open. Ruby, darling, please, Ruby. Oh, goodness me, I'm sorry, my delicious babies. It's all right. I mean, it's good that she barks to let me know. Do you know what I mean? But it's just that it's warm. It's, you know, it's like muggy. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So, Ruby, please. Oh, sorry, everybody. Just please give me a moment. Sorry, my delicious little baby. You see what I mean? So until you know, the leaflet man goes, Ruby just, you know, barks. Come on, Rubes, please, darling. Okay, God bless her. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, so, yes. Do you see what I mean? So, to me, this is, I see it as being very serious. What's going on? And anyway, there was something else I wanted to say now, and because of all the beautiful little Ruby Tuesday's back, and I flipping forgot what it is. It doesn't matter anyway, my little babies. Let's just move on. So, the last one I want to talk about, and then I'm going to end my video, okay, my little babies. So, and I won't be putting out any more today, okay? I may even just get my readings done tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? But of course, you know, there's not many looking at them. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. And then, of course, you'll have another time, you know, where you get loads looking. So, well, you know, we all know what's going on, don't we? Anyway, so very lastly, now I am going to mention this man, okay? I do not, I'm not advertising, you know, because he's with the Heritage Party or anything like that, because as you all very well know, I do not vote, and neither will I vote, and to be perfectly honest, I do not believe anybody should vote. That's just my feelings. Okay, my delicious babies, because we just end up with a crock of shart like what we got now, which is what we've had for decades. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But I am going to mention him because this is important now, my delicious babies, okay? Well, I see it as important anyway. And to me, I mean, I love little rats. It's just a figure of speech, but to me, I smell an effing rat. Yes, I flipping well do, okay? Now, if you could please type into the old space bar, please, and thank you, my delicious babies. David Kurten, Kurten, David Kurten. Okay, my delicious babies. I'm not pointing at you because that's rude. He has 19.9 thousand subscribers, David Kurten. And if you could please and thank you, type him into the old space bar on YouTube. The video that you're looking for, which is what he's not long put up, okay, my delicious babies today. I'm pretty sure it's today. Should read, okay? Listen to this. Wait for this, my delicious babies. Wait for this. Act of God strikes Pfizer in America, my delicious babies. So I'll just repeat that once again, shall I, my delicious babies? Act of God strikes Pfizer in America. Check that out, my delicious little babies. I wonder why. What is it? Is it something to do with a tornado? And of course, you know, but of course it's classed as an act of God, isn't it? When we all know that the zazums and everything changes the way they do. Anyway, we know about all these different things, yes? Just like I mentioned about, there we are, earthquakes and different things like that, okay? I've said about a number of things, okay? That at the end of the day, which I've known, there we go, a long time, that it's man-made, okay? But an act of God. Okay, my delicious babies, very interesting actually. Pfizer just happens to be the Pfizer, one of the places where they stored, well, an awful lot of the old snake oil. Okay, and apparently the whole lot, my delicious babies, got destroyed. Look at that, my delicious little babies. So I just wonder what your thoughts are. I mean, I do agree with David straight away when I was listening. And, you know, I thank him for, you know, for giving out that information. Do you see what I mean? Just like, you know, we thank Nigel Farage. But, of course, I already knew about these things. But, do you know what I mean? But to me, we must thank him as well because he's trying to flipping out. Do you see what I mean? And David's trying to, you know, explain to others, yes? But you see, in one way, well, I totally agreed. So in one way, you've got like, you know, where they wanted to get everybody's, see my ears buzzing now, wanted to get all of it, you know, in as many arms as possible. You know, 8 billion, okay? They never quite hit the target, did they? My delicious little babies, okay? And very sadly. But if you please listen to David, it's not a long video, my delicious little babies, but he's just done explaining it. Do you see? To me, if you want my opinion, because I'm a woman with a view, like I said, and I'm going to flipping give my view, okay? My view, my opinion, my delicious babies, that was, there we are, done deliberately, okay? There we are. That was deliberate, my delicious babies. See? Trying to get rid of evidence. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? That's how I see it. Do you see what I mean? I mean, I do not know if it hit anything else with the tornado. I'm pretty sure it was a tornado, okay? Well, I'm not sure if it, you know, damaged anything else. But what I'm saying to you is it just so happens to be one of those with the old snake oil. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. And of course, after I've done all of the damage. But like I said, you know, they're wanting to try to bring in. I said on one of my other videos, so I'm just going to put that over there. And I'm flipping lost without my pen. I forgot to bring it in. Well, like I said, you see, and what it is, they want to do lockdowns, they want to do all these things, yes, and then they want to blame it because you can. There we are. You can see what's going on. My delicious babies. Then they can blame it for what they've done and the putrid little lackeys and put into the world, yes, and then they want to blame it. Then say if they can lock everybody down, to blame it on the lockdowns. You see, because they've got to find a way to explain, do you see? Because, of course, you know, you've got, for many now, and it's becoming, there we are, more and more and more, okay? They're simply just not trusting the governments, our putrid governments, do you see? I mean, this is the most wicked, putrid, evil thing to put on what they've named us, our humanity and beautiful little animals as well. Maatelijke babies. And I've also noticed, and I want to say this, maatelijke babies, okay? I've also noticed that, you know, the beautiful little animals, this is just what I've noticed, maatelijke babies, okay? That the ones, you know, they go and get the boosters and everything, you know, and things like this, like a yearly booster or whatever it is, yes? Well, some of the beautiful, delicious little baby animals, well, they're coming down poorly. You know, like arthritis and things like this. So we have to ask ourselves a question, don't we, maatelijke babies? Why? Are even the beautiful little animals getting poorly? And it seems to be very convenient within these past few years, my delicious, there we are, little babies. Do you say? I could say a lot more, but I'm not going to. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway. So that's the end of my video, but yes, you know, well, if you was just to please listen to the David Curtin one, especially maatelijke babies, please, you know, you will have thoughts, there we are, for yourself. Do you see? But to me, I believe that this, there we are, is all deliberate. And when David Curtin, just before I go, was talking about, you know, because I've known there we are a long time, you know, with Big Pharma, because it wasn't making, you know, as much, you know, so trying to phase out the tablets, you see what I mean, there we are, and things like this, yes? So that's why they were moving on to these, you know, a vaccine, which, as we very well know, and many, many, many more have now come to discover, God bless all of the beautiful, dear little souls, okay, that this is not a vaccine. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But of course, our putrid, evil and wicked governments in our UK and around the world, okay, my delicious babies, well, of course, they lied. They deliberately lied. Do you see? And they tricked. That's what they did. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And no, I'm never ever going to let them flipping forget it. No, I am not. For what they've done. You know, they've done a lot of, there we are, flipping damage. And of course, it's continuing, very sadly. So you just got to watch what they're up to now. But I can only say to anybody, okay, my delicious babies, that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if they threaten to lock down again, just whatever you do, I beg you all with the Lord of mercy. I know that there's going to be some of you delicious babies who already know this, yes, but there's going to be other delicious babies who do not. But if they try to lock us down again, yes, we say no. Okay, my delicious babies, because otherwise, this is what they're going to do. They're just going to keep doing it as and when they feel like it, okay? And you go back to the WHO, World Health Organisation, which is not here for our health at all. Okay, far effing from it. Okay? And of course, if they was to get away with things, I mean, you know, you got your 15-minute cities, what they're wanting, you got all these things. It's like they want to imprison us all. You know, and ration our food and do all of these nasty things and inject us and turn us into whatever they want to turn us into, the putrid piece of shit. And that's my feelings on all of this, my delicious babies. But yes, in if we look at it another way, for them to destroy that all that snake oil, well, that's a good thing, I feel. In fact, I feel it's a flipping excellent thing. Do you know what I mean? Because it cannot go into anybody's arms and hurt them. Do you see? But it just happens, you see. But because more and more and more is coming out, not just my channel, you're talking hundreds now of channels, there we are, on all different platforms, you know, that are speaking up about this and speaking out about this. Do you see, my delicious little babies? And like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, sorry, it needs to be talked about, because this must not be swept under the carpet. This is very serious, very evil, very wicked and very effing putrid, what's being done. Very sadly, at this point in time, it cannot be undone. Do you see, my delicious little babies? And really, quick smart, we need to find a flipping cure. Anyway, that's all I can say, my delicious little babies. But, you know, I'm really passionate about what I say, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to change what's being done. Do you see? But, you know, after listening to David Curtin, bless him, not in that way, not in that way. Well, I thought, yeah, well, at least we've heard, there we go, some flipping good news today. Do you know what I mean? Yes? It's going to make me wonder now, there we are, what they're going to do next. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Ah, yes. Sneaky, slithery little snakes in the grass, lower than a snake's belly. The whole lot of them, putrid pieces of effing shite. That's what they are, my delicious little babies. And on that note, please continue to lift the vibration and lift the frequency. Again, my delicious little babies, you know, please take care of yourselves and please try to take care of others. Please give a listening ear, because it's always very welcomed. And wherever you are in the world, wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, because you only get one life. Have a super duper time, okay? A smile a day keeps the doctor away, okay? Just like an apple a day keeps the doctor away, okay? Please, I want to send each and every one of you peace, love, harmony and bright blessings, okay? And I hope that you all have a super duper time wherever you are in the world, okay? And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends, or to some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy and super duper delish, and that you love them, sir. Now then, so I've had me moon, okay? So lights off, okay? So until my next video, I won't be sending out any more now. Like I said, I'll do my readings tomorrow. See how we get on there. Okay, my delicious babies, yeah. But I've had my say. Said what my thoughts are. And I'm a stand by it. You know, how it just so happens to be the Vasa. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. I always say there's no coincidences. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Okay? I've always said it. Okay? So on that note, so much love. Thank you so very much for listening, and God bless you. May God bless each and every one of you, okay, and look after you, okay? So take care. Thank you. Goodbye.